$30,000 a month on Whop? Over $100,000 a month on Whop? Wait a minute. What is this new money-making app, and does it actually work? I mean, most of these videos are claiming you can just clip a video and get paid. More about that in just a minute, because today we're diving deep into the world of Whop. But first, let's cut the junk. How much did Whop pay me to make this video? Zero. In fact, on this channel, I've never taken a sponsorship. Do I have stock or vested interest in Whop? Nope. I'm just a guy who's been making money online for over 25 years. And in this video, I'm gonna break down Whop. I'm gonna show you how it can make money, a secret way to make money that no one's talking about, why many of the videos saying that Whop is gonna make you throw stacks in the club faster than Jay-Z are wrong, and how that's gonna waste your time. Plus, a secret way to use Whop to actually get traction right here, right now. Yep, that's right. There's actually an instant money method hidden on Whop that nobody's talking about. And I'm gonna show you exactly how that works, step by step. We're gonna be putting Whop to the test, answering questions like, can this work for beginners? How fast can I get paid? And more importantly, will this waste my time and money? Yep, that's right. Today, you're gonna learn the truth. We're gonna dive deep in this app and show you the hidden and not so hidden ways to make money. We're gonna show you the pitfalls, the promises, the possibilities, and everything you need to know to make money on Whop. Plus, along the way, you're gonna learn some secrets that I've learned over 25 years that will show you exactly how the world of online money making works. This is super important because when a new platform comes out like Whop, TikTok, or whatever the flavor of the month is, every marketer jumps all over it as the secret golden key to making money. But after being in this industry 25 years, I've learned that the key isn't in one platform, it's in your understanding of how money online works. So today, we're pulling back the curtain. I'm gonna show you exactly how to make money online using pretty much any platform, including Whop. So smash that like button. Let's dive in, and I'll show you how to make money on Whop step by step. Come on, let's get started. Okay, so once you log into the Whop platform, you're gonna see pages right up front of people making money, like this guy here who made $45,000 in the last 24 hours. More about that in just a minute. And it goes on and on. I mean, even at the bottom of this list, here's a guy who made almost $5,000 in the last 24 hours. So this looks really good. It looks like we're gonna make money. However, there was a couple of things that I found that I think are very important when it comes to this. There are absolutely ways to make money with this, but there's some things other people aren't telling you. Now, if we were to go over to this page, you can actually see what it looks like and what content creators are paying you for. There's lots of ways to make money with this platform, including selling your own products, making UGC videos like this, where you're getting $1.25 per 1,000 views. Now, again, you need to pay close attention to what's going on here because there's a maximum payout here, meaning that's the most they're gonna pay out for one person, which is kind of difficult because, like, okay, let's say your video gets 1 million views, they're only going to pay you on like for $1,000 or something. So if you get way more views, you could be out some money. However, I think for the vast majority of people, this is pretty solid. I think, it is a good way to make some money. We also saw some people in our testing and in our research that made as much as $3,500 or $3,200 in the first 20 days or so of trying this, or 30 days or whatever it was. So there are people making money with this, but I think we need to dig a little deeper and see how it works. I actually went through and dissected a lot of the videos to kind of show you what this looks like. What is the Whop thing all about? What does this platform do? How does it work? First of all, the main thing with this platform is much like Stan Store or even like Patreon or something like that that's selling your own product. So think of it like a ClickBank or even like that thing Alex Hormozy talks about all the time, the platform where you put up your products and things like that, school.com as it were, and different things like that where it tells you, okay, you're gonna have this benefit of a community and also the benefit of being able to sell something. So primarily this is for people who don't really know how to sell and don't really know how to get traffic. That's kind of who they're gearing towards, but the people actually making money on it do know some of these things. More about that in just a minute. So what we look at here is, first of all, it is all about selling products, right? So you can sell courses, membership communities, ebooks, files, software, much like a Gumroad or something like that, where it's really easy to put a product up, get the payment for it via Stripe or something, and then make some money. Now, with this platform, they do have fees. So this is a lot like a ClickBank type platform where you go through and let's say I'm selling a product that is, I don't know, $10, right? Our product's $10. Out of that $10, Whop is going to take 3%, and then the credit card company is going to take another 3%. This is looking a lot like ClickBank. Also, one of the built-in things that Whop has is the ability to have affiliates. So you could go out there to their lots of people and get them to promote you as an affiliate, and you pay them when you get sales. Very cool. Now, the other side of the coin is what's known as UGC, or user-generated content. This is where a company will pay me to make content for their product. So let's say I want to sell this cologne, which is really good. I like this cologne. It smells very nicely. But let's say I wanted to sell that. I could go out there and have a bunch of influencers make videos about how this is their favorite cologne. It's user-generated content. What happens is this goes viral on social media, gets a bunch of views, everything like that. Now, the Whop platform has the ability to pay you for video views based on what you're doing. So you would make the video or clip the video from other videos, post it up, and get paid. Now, a clipping of a video is where you take a portion of a video and splice it up into its own short video. So you might have like a 30-minute video over here on the Whop channel, and you can cut that into multiple. Like this one here is a big video about watch stuff, and that was the example here where this guy made $31 from this video, okay? And we could see there's another update as well. So let's see if this works here. See if there's another one that's making money. We'll use the earn button. Same guy there. Here's another one, $175 for this one. Again, looking at how they are making money. Now, it doesn't seem to be a ton of money. And again, we are looking at the fact that, like, okay, max payout is $1,000 and it's $30 maximum for the entire platform. So the most this entire platform can make making videos like this in the next year is $30,000 unless they up their budget. Now, they do give you videos you can clip and different things like that. They're saying it's $3 per 1,000 views, which is pretty good. I mean, if you were to go over here and look at this and say, okay, what does this compare to with a short video on, say, YouTube? So if we were to calculate the CPM on YouTube, we could take one of my videos, 113,000 views on a short video. The actual earnings I made were $7.98. The percentage of monetized views, all of them. So we could see that our effective CPM is approximately 7 cents. So in this example, Whop would be beating YouTube by a factor of like $2.93 per 1,000 views, which is a lot. Like if you were to take a look at this, you'd see the actual earnings on 113,000 views would be right around $339 for the same video I was paid less than $8 for on YouTube. However, the max payout is $1,000. So you got to weigh that. Could I have done $1,000 with this video? Yes, this video in this category, in this platform, if I was using this and it was apples to apples, this video would have made me $1,000 on Whop. It only made me $8 on YouTube. Now, again, there's other things you need to look at. 60% of the viewers on your page need to be from tier 1 countries, USA, Canada, stuff like that. Also, your video does need to be based on the product for at least 75% of the time. So it's kind of like baited content. Now, when we look at clipping and things like that, a lot of people here on YouTube are telling you, you're going to go out there, you're going to clip videos on Whop, and you are going to make money. Look at this, $20,000 a month with Whop clipping creator rewards. With this, when we're looking at these people's earnings, I'm not seeing that number. Could you hit $20,000 a month doing this? Yeah, you'd need a lot of views. You'd need a lot of videos with a lot of views, and you'd have to get approved. There's a lot of stipulations, which I'm not a big fan of because I want to create content the way that I want to create it because I know what works for my audience. So it's not something I would really be looking into. However, as a business owner, I think there's something here that is huge. When looking at this, if we were to take this and say, okay, well, maybe I want to promote the new Simple Sites course. You guys have seen I'm using these little toolbars here. This is what the new Simple Sites course is based on. It's actually pretty awesome. What we're doing is if I wanted to promote this, I could go over to the Whop platform and I could say, hey, I will pay up to $1,000 maximum for 1,000 views or 100,000 views or whatever it is, right? You do the math, or maybe I'll do $3 per 1,000 views or something like that, okay? So now looking at this, if I was to say this, that means I would get lots of views about my product, someone else talking about my product, which is more valuable than me talking about my product, right? If everyone else talks about it, you believe them. If I talk about it, it's a little hard to convince you. However, if lots of people are now talking about this, and I get to pick and choose who I'm paying, who I accept, what the stipulations are, well, then I can get a ton of views dirt cheap. So that's something that's going on here. There's two sides to the coin. When you're looking at a business opportunity or some new platform, you have to look at both sides of a coin. So the initial investment, what is the core business model? You have UGC, which is user-generated content, monetization. It doesn't seem like you need a whole lot to do that. However, it did look like post the video first and then get approved next, which means you could be making a bunch of videos, none of them get approved. You just did all that work for nothing. That's something that worries me here. Now, I haven't tried it yet, but that does look like something in the fine print that worries me. Now, another way you can get paid with Whop is affiliate promotions. You could go through and promote a lot of these guys, right? A lot of these guys actually have courses. Now, I went through and I did the research on every single one of the people on the top leaderboard of Whop and found out how they're making money. And I'm going to reveal that in just a minute. Now, looking at this, I could go out there and I could do affiliate stuff where we could say, yeah, let's find an affiliate program right over here in the affiliates tab. And you can see the different programs that it will allow. So you could click on Discover Whops, go in here and say, okay, this one here pays a 30% reward. Looks like most of it is like 5, 30%. Nothing in the realm of like the 50% that normal affiliate programs pay. So, you know, you could look at that. Here's some kind of wealth group. Looks like a lot of it is a bunch of money-making type things. So it looks like a make money online hub, if you will. Kind of like how the Warrior Forum back in the day was, but this has a lot more programming and different things allowed with it. So there's a lot more going on here. Here's one with like a front runner. So it's $199 a month with a 90% reward, which means I would get paid quite a bit. And you could just click here and join it. You can see how many people have joined it. You can kind of see what they have going on. Now, again, you're going to have to do your due diligence because this thing is the Wild West. Looking at this, I mean, you don't know if the product's good. I'd have to buy it to figure out if it's good. This could get into some gray areas. However, I mean, there is money there. So that part is good. Now, looking at this one here, it says front runners. Let's see if he's on the leaderboard here because I think he was up here somewhere, front runners or something like that. And you can actually see that a lot of these people that are making the most money on Whop are content creators, course sellers. They have an audience, they have a course, they upload it, they get affiliates to promote it. That's where the bulk of the money is coming from. So understanding that and looking at this is key. Now, is that not to say this wouldn't work? Well, you have $1 billion made by creators and you have 7 million users. That equals an average of just over $130 per member. Now, that's not to say all members are doing this. When they look at the average creator, they're looking at the 10,000 creators who have a course, okay? Interesting stuff now. Is that the average across the board, or is that like one guy's making $50 million a minute and the other people are making nothing? That's something important because if I had two people in my course, one of them was Elon Musk and one of them was a guy who's never made a dollar, you know, I could say, hey, the average person has $150 billion. Is that actually true? No. So we got to take this with a grain of salt. Again, most people trying to do this stuff make nothing. We have to understand that. So affiliate marketing, yes, that is a way you can make money, and selling your own course. Okay, cool. That would work. Now, what would I do to make this work? This is important because going through here and looking at this, if I was going to use this platform, and I am, we're going to do a test. If you want to see the results, let me know as a comment below. I'm going to do a test with a small course that I'm creating to see if I can get some affiliates, some UGC content, see if it puts some money in my pocket. Very important. Now, going through here like this, we can go through and see, okay, there's a lot of people making not that much money. And there's something interesting. I am member 2406 on this list, which means there's only 2,500 people who have made more than zero or maybe even zero, right? So looking at that, that's kind of interesting here. Not the big, huge kahuna that I'm seeing, like the whole make $100,000 a month easy. I think that's a little outlandish. Can it be done? I think it can. Here's some people making a lot of money. But again, I did some research on these people, and a lot of them have followings already, right? These guys, here's a guy with 322,000 followers. Here's one 14,000, 1 million, on and on we go. So a lot of the people on the leaderboard did have followers already. So for the new guy, if you think you're going to go out there and clip 10 videos and make $100,000 a year, that's not going to happen. It's very, very difficult to get there. However, I think strategically it could work. Now, also looking at Whop, what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at the total amount of people visiting the website. So we can see here, on average, they're getting about 7.5 million views a month, about 3 million unique visitors each and every month. All right, they're staying on the site about 4 minutes, which is okay. I mean, this is looking pretty decent. Is that justifying the numbers other people are saying? I don't think so. Could someone make a couple grand a month doing UGC content? Yes, you're going to have to make a lot of videos. It is clipping videos, so it's not that hard to do the work, but I think it can be done. Again, the vast majority of people make nothing. We saw here, the average user is like $100 or something like that. All right, so going through and looking at this, I think it's very, very important to understand the reality. Now, if I was going through and looking at this, what would I do to make it work? Well, first of all, I would take a look at, is there a benefit this platform can give me? Whenever I look at a platform like TikTok, ClickBank, or whatever it is, I want to see what the benefit it's giving me. If I go out there, I'm a course creator. I make a lot of money with courses and tools and things like that. Make a lot of money there. So for me to go and put all my stuff on something like Whop, there better be a big benefit. And for you, if you're new, there better be an even bigger benefit because your time is worth money. And if you put it on the wrong platform expecting it to get you traffic and it doesn't, then you just wasted time and money that you can't get back. So going through here and looking at this, what are the benefits of the platform? Well, they have 7 million users. Okay, that's a benefit. Like, they're all in the make money niche. They're all interested in stuff like this. They're all interested in money. That is a big plus. I like that. Can I do anything with them? Right? Like, ClickBank has a bunch of users. If I sign up, can I do anything with them? Is there any benefit? Is a platform going to boost me up? Well, yes and no. If I pay on the Whop, I can get in front of people. If I do an affiliate program, I can get in front of people. I can get them to make content and make me money, right? They'll go post on Instagram and YouTube and TikTok and all of that, the UGC content, and they'll drive me traffic. But I do have to pay, right? So getting in there and doing stuff free, not the big kahuna I think it's made out to be. Now, another benefit is SEO benefit, okay? With a lot of these platforms, what you get is your own little slice of heaven, as it were. You get your own website on their platform. It looks like this, right? So you go through and you'd say, okay, here's this, whatever these are, like something about Hold My Hand Wholesale, okay? So you could see they have whop.com/discover/Hold My Hand Wholesale. Now, we see something interesting here, that they're using the Discover to actually have the products on. So I think that's cool. Let's see if that is the product one and see how that looks. So if we go Discover, Hold My Hand. Okay, so it is. So this is where they're hosted. So if we go through in our Ahrefs keyword tool and type in whop.com/discover, we're going to see how many rankings this has. It has 11,000. Now, I'm also seeing a lot of this is branded, right? So like this guy here, this is branded traffic because he is a popular YouTuber. So what's happening is he's giving this ranking to the Whop company instead of his own sites. Some of these here, like Deal Soldier, whatever this is, I don't know, we could see that they are ranking number 1 for this one, okay? Now, they also have their Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. However, up here, Whop is outranking it. So they're literally giving their traffic to Whop and hosting their platform there. Now, we can go through and look at what this is. 7 days free. Looks like some kind of deals. They find discounts or something like that. Okay, so pretty cool. It's a free tool. I don't know how much they're making, but they have 4,700 people in it. Did they get that because of Whop, or did they get that because of their following? Well, there's only 4,000 people on Whop looking at it, and there's 11,000 that are searching for it. So I'm guessing that's their own audience that they took there. Here's the Hold My Hand wholesale one. You can see here what it's looking like, and they are ranking. So could I use the power of the Whop site to rank something for myself? Yeah, I probably could. You could see there's some pretty competitive ones that this is actually ranking for. So if I could go through and make a course about something that I know this site could rank for, obviously make a good course, make good stuff, I could effectively get a ranking and make it work. Like here's one for reselling and stuff like that. Now, I did notice that some of the traffic tapers up quick. Here we have 3,800 per month, and down here we're getting down into the nothing burger, right? There's not much here. So looking at that, not a big kahuna, but if you know how to promote on this platform, it could actually work. So what would I do? Make a good, easy lead gen course. Would I put my name on it? No. Why? Because I want this platform to get me traffic. I want this platform to do me the favor of getting me new people. Going out there and duplicating all of your stuff on other platforms, all you're doing is spreading your audience thin and convoluting the message. You're not going to buy anything because it's like, oh, well, I saw you over here, I saw you over here, I saw you over here. I don't know where to buy your thing. So what we want to do is make something simple. Like if I was going to go over to a platform that has a lot of people interested in something, I want what's called a loss leader offer. I want an offer that's going to get people in so I get the list. So what I would do here is I would make a good course and I would leverage my name in a way that leverages it but doesn't dilute it. So I'd be like, yeah, my name is used in the video, but not to get people to the video. Make sense? So what I would do is I would make like a $7, maybe $37 course. Okay? It could be on anything. Save money, make money, how to use Whop, how to make money here, whatever it is. I'd make that course. I would have an affiliate program and I would pay the maximum. If they allow me to pay 100%, I'm going to pay 100%. Then I would also do some UGC stuff. Okay? That way I would get new traffic to my offer. But don't go hog wild on it because you could get UGC and it could amount to nothing. Like, I mean, how many people have gotten 1 million views on a video? Everyone likes it, but they didn't buy anything. They didn't opt in. They never went to a website. They just liked the video and said, ooh, that's cool. Maybe I'll go get it at Target. Good for the brand that sells at Target, but not so good for us as direct response marketers. What I want is something direct. That's why what I would do here is create a course on something. All right, they got the ranking. I could go through and I could see what people want courses on. Let's just go over to the Ahrefs keyword tool, and I could go through and I could do the keyword explorer, and I could type course. Boom, right like this. So I could do course and see what they want. Okay, so like there's a defensive driving course. There's all kinds of stuff here. Digital marketing course. Let's do medical billing. So 4-week online course for medical billing. So I could go through. I could learn about it. It's going to take work. It's going to take effort. I could learn about that. I can make a course, have AI help me. Bada bing, bada boom, I'm ready to go. I could make that. I could put it on Whop. I could sell it. And I could give a bunch of commission. Everything I get would now be profit. That would be a fantastic way to use this. And you could go through lots of these other ones here and see what people want when it comes to courses, like a how to use AI course or whatever. Again, these are untapped on Whop, which I like. Could I come up with a big prompting course or a free course about prompting and then get them into something else? This is actually pretty cool. I'm liking this very good. So what I'm liking so far about this is, yes, you can make money with the UGC. That's easy, low-hanging fruit. Anyone can do. Are there risks? Are you going to make a bunch of money? Maybe, maybe not. I mean, there was a guy making $2,000 a month. He did have a following already, so his videos got going. However, I have seen people come out of nowhere and get tons of views overnight. Again, results not typical, implied, or guaranteed. There's a lot of stipulations here when we start to look at what they're paying for, right? When we go through and see what these people are paying for, okay, yeah, I mean, sometimes there's stuff that they don't allow. Sometimes there's things that they're not really going to do much with. If we click on the Earn tab, you can see that guy still made that. And you can see here, like, there's not that much going on, right? Here's submissions, 50 per submission. Here's another one, earned 175 from that. Again, look at your stipulations. Maximum payout is $1,000, which means at 30,000 views, boom, you're out, right? I think the math is right. 30,000 views, anything over that, you don't get the unicorn. But going through and looking at this, yeah, you could. I think the big kahuna here is tapping their audience to sell a course or something simple. Okay, that's really the big one here. I would make an easy lead gen course. It's not going to be my big course. I'm not going to put the simple sites course up there because there's just too much going on. I don't want to take a 6% hit. Also, they have a no questions asked refund thing. So if you're selling software or something, that can get tricky. And there's all kinds of things here. I don't know I definitely wouldn't put a high-end course, but I would use it for lead gen, get a bunch of affiliates on that. So is there a clear explanation of how to make money? Yeah, it's pretty clear. Legal risk, UGC always has some risk with it. I'm going to say, you know what? I'm going to say high because a lot of this is like crypto stuff and things of that nature. Not a big fan of that, okay? Upfront investment doesn't cost you anything unless you're doing your own course, then it would cost a little bit more. No skills, no tech skills, sales or marketing. Yes, you would need writing or content. Yes, specialized knowledge. No. So there's a couple of skills you would need. Is it legit? I think it's legit. It's new. It's like 1 to 2 years old. Again, there's some risk, there's some reward. Is there any scam complaints about it? Haven't really checked. As with anything, you're always going to get some complaints, but I think overall this is a platform. So unless they're like not paying people, which I haven't heard about yet, anything like that, it looks like they are on the up and up there. But, again, understanding how this works, when I get paid, things like that. Are there financial risks? I think pretty low. That's my opinion. How do payments work? I think it's a draw, so you're going to get paid when an amount hits. When you get 500, boom, it goes to your bank, something like that. And it looks like PayPal or bank. What happens if the site shuts down? You're going to lose a lot, right? You would lose a ton. Like if you did all the work getting all the rankings and doing all the stuff, that's going to be very difficult. Now, the promised earnings they're telling you are 10K a month to $1 million a year or more. I don't think so. I think realistically, if you're doing user-generated content, you're probably going to be in the $1,000 a month range with a lot of work. It's going to take a lot of work to get there. You're going to have to follow up on offers, make sure you get the new one when the old one phases out. There's going to be a lot of work, but it can be done. I think for the right person, if you have an audience or know how to get an audience, yeah, you could probably do 1,000, maybe 10,000 a month if you're really, really working this like a business, right? Like business owners oftentimes work 16-hour days sometimes. Not recommended, but sometimes that would be what you're taking there. Now, if you're doing the UGC, I would say 40 hours a week plus to hit these numbers. It's going to take a lot of work to make this happen. Now, if we were going to do my method, which would be the course method, I think $5,000 a month could be attainable. Again, most people make nothing. However, if I had a $37 course, I don't think it would take that many sales to get to $5,000. Let's see, that 5,000 over 37. That would be roughly 135 sales. So 3 sales a day would get me there. Can I do that? I think so. Now, again, if I'm doing the affiliate model and I'm paying 90% out, that means I make, one sale for $37 and I'd only get like a couple of bucks, $3 or something like that. So you got to look at that. You got to understand how these work as a business so you can make good decisions about what platforms to use where. Now, with that, could I do that with a minimal course? I think so. Loading my course up here on the Whop platform, I think I could probably get some good stuff. Let's see, make money, or let's do affiliate. See what comes up. I'm not seeing how their search works too much. Let's try their homepage over here. It's kind of a little weird platform. Okay, here's this guy, start earning. Let's build your Whop. So I could go through and create the course here, okay? Again, it does help you if you don't know how to create courses and stuff like that. But am I seeing the big kahuna moneymaker? I think for the right people who are willing to do the work, I think it could help. I don't think it's going to be like the be all end all. You still need to understand marketing and understand how this works. So again, looking at how the platform works, understanding, okay, you can sell all this stuff. What are the features? All right, the features are, let's minimize that. And the features here are app integration, so you could do courses. They do the payment processing. They do the payouts. I think they pay the affiliates, or at least they keep track of it, and then we pay them. Not exactly sure on that. That would be like a hybrid. ClickBank takes it out and pays my affiliates, whereas Commission Junction, I have to manually do the payouts. So looking at that there, they do have a good community, I think, and it is a money-making community. So like for money-making tools, this could be like kind of like how Warrior Plus is, or how ClickBank it was back in the Make Money Online days. I think that's the big key here. Now, as far as user-generated content, I think that's a whole nother level here, which is cool, where before it was harder to get UGC, now it's actually pretty easy. So the marketplace gives you discovery of products and communities. You can tap into their traffic, which is good. Higher commission for Whop, organic traffic. They do have listing requirements. Now, getting traffic on Whop, let's see what that looks like. Social media promotion, this would be UGC. Content creation, again, UGC. Affiliate marketing, a form of UGC. Whop marketplace listing, that's good. I would see maybe there's a way to go to the Whop marketplace. Let's see here. Okay, explore Whop's marketplace. Good. So here we have this, and we can see hottest affiliate offers, and you can kind of see what's actually working. Like this one here, Christmas special, there's no users on this. When I see stuff like this with not a lot of users, what worries me is a lot of these people probably already have their audience and they're funneling them to this. Here's one earned 300 per million views. They've paid out $3. Okay, not too interested in that. Paid out $800. Do some clipping here. So those are bounties. Let's do most money made. Okay, it doesn't have anything in there. Maybe not showing me. I wanted to get to that one there. Maybe it's my most money made. Okay, so here we go. Looking at this here, you could see the topics. So it's kind of like a JV network, like JV Zoo or Digistore 24 or ClickBank. So let's go through, let's say we wanted to do business or e-com or something like that. Let's go e-com. Get paid from brands to make videos. Time spent by users today, 9,000 minutes. Interesting. Okay, 466 minutes. Not sure if it shows the earnings, but that'd be kind of cool to see. Like, okay, they're spending 9,000 minutes. What does that do? Average time spent 431 minutes. That's a lot. Are they making enough? I don't know. We can see here, make videos, get paid, hottest affiliate offers. Okay, hottest affiliate, mentoring the world's top e-com brands. Today, looks like they have 17 reviews. Okay, so, I mean, yes, it can work. I think for the new person, it's going to be a learning curve. So I'd go through and say, is there a learning curve? Yeah. I'm going to say challenging, because there's a lot going on here. I like things that are easy, like go sign up for an affiliate offer, boom, let's go sell the thing. Getting into all this stuff where it's like, hey, I'm going to do this. Yeah, I don't know. Here's one about making money on the TikTok shops. Get access. So $249, $597. Does it say anything about what it pays as an affiliate, or do I have to actually join it? Interesting. Okay, so there's that Deal Soldier one. Learn the secrets to making this. Not seeing the affiliate payout. Affiliate earnings. Okay, here we go. So the affiliate earnings in the last 24 hours are $120. That means one guy made one sale. Here's 180. So the top earning, $600 over the last 24 hours. Okay. And this is like the whole thing wide, which, yeah, that's $36. Let's go back here. So there is some money being made, but it's actually really small with the affiliate side. Let's try business. Okay, this one here, $299. Let's do all. Let's see what the hottest one. So this one, some kind of whatever, $1,000 earnings, $781. So not a whole lot. The vast majority of people making this are the ones selling the courses. They're probably selling it to their own audience or getting affiliates on there. That is where the leaderboard is coming in. So when we see this leaderboard over here that looks like this, that's where we're seeing the bulk of the money, like making $45,000 in one day. Yeah, dude sold his own course. You could see on the lifetime, so the lifetime earnings, he made most of it today. Did he create Whops? He does have this. So here we have this one here. Luxury something. Doesn't have a whole lot of stuff. So like, I don't know. Interesting. I mean, at best, this is interesting. I think there are ways to make money. Is it the big kahuna? I don't know. I mean, it's okay. I think the vast majority are not going to make much. But if you use it smart, you look at your links and stuff like that, I think this can work. I'm going to put together a full breakdown on how this works over at gotniches.com. You can go over there, put your name and email. I'll give you the breakdown. I'll give you the keyword report on courses. I'll give you the keyword report from Whop so you can see what's actually working there. And we'll go through and talk about all kinds of stuff. Also, on Wednesday, I'm going to have a video that goes into making your own course and making these little toolbars and things, which is going to be really cool. Now, the traffic methods here, I'm going to say SEO, small, right? Not much there, but we can use it. And I'm going to say UGC can get us some traffic. And then social. Social is the big one. That's how they're going to get traffic here. So if you don't know how to get social media traffic, I think you're going to struggle. Creative ways to start, think different. How can I take something and make it work? If I was going to do UGC content, let's say I wanted to go through and find one that had a bounty. So like right here, this one pays. Video must be 10 seconds long, can't be clipped, stolen from other clippers. Clips can't make them look bad, has to have 75%. If I was going to do this and I want to get $1,000, what I would do is try to think different about the product, right? Go do some research. So something about whatever this is. Okay, looks like it's like a make money or something. I don't know. It doesn't give us a whole lot, but we can actually go through, look at their video data here. So this has a bunch of videos that you can clip and make your own. Looks like some kind of boxing one. So if I wanted to get a bunch of videos there, I could do one about like, top boxing stats or something, and then feature his stuff in there. We can take a look at some others as well. And get, what I want to do is I want to look for ones that are creative that don't have a lot of attention, because the least attention they have, the more I'm going to make. So if I go through and I say, oh, here's one on the Whop platform. So the Whop platform is paying out for the video, okay? Clip must be from this. So I could go through on theirs and say, okay, what do we got? Giving celebrities custom sneakers. Okay. Could I clip that and make it like giving basketball sneakers, running sneakers? I could. Or could I do something like this? This guy making $1 million a month. Could I split this into other stuff? I probably could. So I could get creative and make stuff that I know will get views and then go that way and make money. And the example I saw where the guy was doing the UGC and he made I think it was like $2,700 his first month. He did this video and it was about different watches. So like I could go through and start my video. So like maybe make a 30-second video. First 10 seconds are going to be the hook, and the hook would be based on something people are looking for. So I can do what are the top watches people resell, okay? And then I do, here's Rolex, here's this, here's Casio. I know nothing about watches. I don't like jewelry or watches. But at any rate, I can do one on all of these. We could go through and do like Omega watches and see what comes up for Omega watches, right, like this. And bada bing, bada boom, you'll see there is traffic I can piggyback on. And there we go. Like these ones have quite a few views and they're very simple. So could I start with something I know will get traffic? Yeah, I could. And then that would help me make money. But again, like this one here, we could see on YouTube, you got 42,000 views, 2 million views, 10,000, and on we go. And you can show the watch and then talk about how it works. So you could clip these together and work it in an easy way. Like actually, here's a guy here talking about some kind of club or whatever. And you can see the short videos do get a lot of views. So like this one with 10,000 views, that would have made $30. This one here would have made more, right? So going through and looking at it, like, can you make this work? I think you can. I think the creativity is going to be the key. Creative monetization methods, I'm going to say the best one is going to be going through and using your own course and then monetize it on the back end with something else. I think that's going to be key. Additional notes, again, I think the course one is the biggest, easiest way to make money. And then the best next way is going to be the UGC. But again, it's going to be a grind. So hopefully you like this teardown of the Whop app. I think it can work in some instances. I think a lot of people have some content that might not be sharing the truth about how it works and the little nuances of what to do. I think the fact that it does have some rankings is good. The fact that you could put a course up and rank for stuff like, some of these are pretty competitive. I think this is pretty cool. And then, of course, we can drive some traffic to it or whatever and make it work. I think this is pretty solid. So again, use it for what it's good for. Don't expect it to just print money on demand. But I think overall it can work. Check out the videos in the description to learn more about how I make money online. And if you want this report here and all the notes on how to make money with this method, check out downloadmynotes.com. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.